It's always lovely to see idiot cops getting owned by higher authority after they end up on the wrong side of the law, just like this officer who had no clue about First Amendment rights and got himself a beating.
I'm being what?
You're being detained. I need your driver's license, please, for citing for spectating on racing and burning out.
Who says I was spectating?
We have you on video, sir. I need your license, please.
So it's illegal to watch?
Yes, sir. It's a moving violation.
It's a moving violation?
Yes, sir. I need your license, sir.
Okay, and so you're telling me it's...
I'm not going to ask you again, sir. I understand you can record. I'm recording as well. I need your license, please, and then we can discuss further.
Okay, so you're telling me that if I do not give you my license, you'll arrest me?
You will subject to arrest, yes, sir.
Okay.
Yeah, you've got 3 on the other side walking westbound on Lime.
This is exactly why officers like this are so disliked. The poor man was threatened with arrest and pressured to give up his rights simply for walking on a public sidewalk.
And what statute is that?
I'll look up the exact statute.
It's on the threat of arrest. I will provide my information.
Thanks, sir.
What's your name and badge number?
Deputy Calmus, ID 20186. And Mr. Rayner, is this your current address?
Yep.
What is it?
That's it.
What is it, sir?
You have the ID right there.
I'm asking you to confirm your address, sir.
It's whatever's there.
Perfect.
He tried talking to another officer, but to no avail.
So, we came to a car show.
I have no knowledge about what you stopped for.
Were you stopping other people for the same thing?
I'm standing right here talking to you.
What's your name and badge number?
Schultz 30545.
30545.
The corrupt sheriff's deputy shortly arrived with a citation in his hand. It is bizarre how he continued harassing this innocent individual.
The license. This copy of citation as well as a traffic citation guide explains you how to take care of the citation itself, okay? You have any questions for me, sir?
Yeah, I do. I got plenty of questions. But first and foremost, so like how I'm recording you right now in a public space, which is my rights to do so according to the Constitution. My question.
The Constitution, I told you is okay for you to record.
Let me ask the question. So if there's a car behind me, like that Camaro that is behind me right now, you're telling me I can be cited for recording that?
When there's an organized event like that, yes.
What do you mean well, the whole point of the event was for people to record, so I was in there recording. So is that against the law?
No, not until they're actually on here, street racing and whatnot, that you're actively participating, sir.
Hold on 1 second.
There was, sir. Several cars were pulled over down the street. They also burned out in front of you that I'm sure you have on your video.
I don't have any of that on camera.
Okay, that's fine.
And if you had that on your recording, then you're lying.
Okay, sir. Again, on the citation, you have 3 options to take care of the ticket. Pay the fine, let you go to traffic support, or let you go to traffic school. All right? Have a good day.
The idiot cop left him with the citation, but gave him a golden opportunity to file a civil rights lawsuit against him, as this was a blatant violation of civil rights. Well, this guy didn't say much, but this next auditor made sure to take these cops to the cleaners.
Did you learn anything today, ma'am?
I learned a lot today.
Yeah? That's good. I mean, that's why we do this, for educational purposes.
In December 2020, a First Amendment auditor was recording near the VPG Micro Measurements building when a couple of employees approached and attempted to intimidate him. But the auditor had a clever response ready for them.
How can I help you?
Who are you?
Who are you?
I can't hear you, man.
Who are you?
Just a guy.
Yeah.
Yep.
Anything we can help you guys with?
Yeah, I'd like some coffee.
Coffee?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can do that.
Yeah. That'd be great, man. Maybe a bagel or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know if some issue or you guys needed help with something.
No, I think we pretty grown. I think we can take care of ourselves.
All righty.
Yeah. That coffee, I need 5 sugars and 2 creams.
All righty.
Yeah. How'd that work out for you? Not too good.
Humiliated by the auditor's response, the employees retreated, hiding their faces. However, they called 911, and a female officer arrived shortly after, only to be humbled by the auditor as well.
What are you out here doing?
What's your name and badge number?
Officer Akins. We don't have badge numbers.
Employee number? ID number?
Officer Akins.
I'm shaking. You got a card?
I can get you one, yes, sir.
Okay.
Absolutely. So the manager of this facility pretty much called us. Hi, how are you? They said that y'all aren't supposed to be out here.
Not supposed to be on the side of the road?
Technically, this right here, this is their property.
No, ma'am.
Yes, sir.
No.
Yes, sir.
No.
Okay.
Okay, get supervisor, please.
Yes, sir.
Right on.
The auditor immediately refused to converse with her as she had no clue about the public property. He called for a supervisor and waited as long as officers started to gang up.
So you check on it.
That works for me. So the manager here called, said they're out here filming. Technically, this right here is their property still. They're asking for a supervisor or captain or somebody. I let them know that this is still their property. It's private property. They can't be right here. And they wanted a supervisor. They said I was wrong. That's what
Yeah, well, she's fixing to learn something. A free education today. Two people filming on the side of the road. Huh? That's crazy.
It was astonishing to see the number of police cruisers that showed up simply because someone was filming in public. Shortly after, a supervisor arrived and turned the encounter into a valuable lesson for the female officer.
How you guys doing?
What's up?
I remember y'all from last year.
Can I get your name and ID number?
John Slaughter. We don't have ID numbers, so.
I hear
So
you.
you guys just out here filming?
That's it, man.
Okay.
And she's trying to tell she needs to learn where the damn easement is, man. You're a rookie?
No, she's not a rookie.
Yeah, we don't come out here unless we know what we're doing.
Okay.
You already know. I think you know that, but she knows it now.
So,
It's right at the end of that sign, just aside of it.
are y'all doing a commercial?
Well, we're doing an investigative story.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
And look,
And now y'all in it. So,
see where this is washed out like that?
did you learn anything today, ma'am?
If somebody pulls off
I
the
learned a
road,
lot today.
Yeah.
sir.
go over.
That's good. I mean, that's why we do this, for educational purposes.
I guess I need to.
It is. I'm not trying to make you look,
Yeah, you guys go right ahead.
you know what I mean? I'm not trying to make you look like a fool or anything, but that's why we do what we do, to educate.
The supervisor handled the situation brilliantly, leading the female officer to apologize quickly. It is always satisfying to see these tyrants getting owned by a law-abiding citizen.
So,
Yeah, as long as you guys don't block the road.
nah, we got it, baby. We got it, man. We got all that.
Where
You
did
know
we
that.
see you at last year? Where did we see you at?
I don't think you guys specifically talked to me, but I remember you guys going to town hall and the police department.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of funny.
Yeah.
So,
Yep. But that's why, you know, I mean, that's what we do. We don't trespass. We don't do anything illegal. And now this gentleman knows, this one, she knows for sure, that, you know, can't make us move off of a county property.
And even if they paid for it still belongs to the state.
well, I mean, whatever you guys want to do, this is what y'all enjoy.
Yeah, he
doing. Y'all go
knows,
right
he
ahead.
knows, he knows that, man. He knows
Yeah,
that.
that's what y'all
He
wanna
just
do.
don't want to make her look bad. That's what he's doing.
Well, no, she called me to come out here and help out.
The officers quickly left the scene, and we hope that she truly learned her lesson. While this cop was owned in no time, this next guy makes a total joke out of these law enforcement officers.
I quit a department because I ratted out the crook cops that worked with me. Okay? I'm sick of it. The corruption is everywhere. Every single cop in this nation is a liar. All right?
In July of 2015, a private investigator was conducting surveillance on a subject for 2 days when the individual allegedly noticed him and called the police, accusing him of stalking. Shortly after, an officer pulled him over, completely unaware of who he was dealing with.
She didn't take. Oh, shit, I'm getting pulled over. All right.
How are you doing? What's going on with you following? Are you an investigator of some sort?
Can I ask why you pulled me over, sir?
I pulled you over because the young ladies came over there and said you've been following her since she left the airport yesterday. So I want to know who you are.
Have I committed a crime?
No, but I'm conducting an investigation. Have you been following that young lady? I mean, if you're an investigator, investigate away. But if you're somebody harassing her or stalking her, that's against the law. Me pulling you over to find out who you are is me doing my job.
From the beginning, the investigator made it very clear that he wouldn't fold like any other individual. Within moments, he started to own the cops.
You mind getting that light out of my eyes?
Sir, it's nighttime. I don't know you from Adam's house cat. I don't know if you have weapons in here.
You see both my hands right here.
Well, I don't know if you have weapons in here, man. So I'm gonna keep my flashlight. I don't have it in your face. That would be in your face. I have it down. I'm trying to show you that respect. I'm illuminating the vehicle for my safety. Do you have your driver's license, registration, and proof of insurance on you?
Have you pulled me for a traffic violation, sir?
No, sir. I've already explained that to you. Now, you can play the back and forth rigmarole all you want to. I've explained to you why I pulled you over.
Okay, and
The
you
young
didn't have,
lady
you didn't
said
have
that you've
PC. I'm not suspected
The
of committing a
probable
crime.
cause is that you've been following this young lady, and she
Do you know
said
that,
to her
sir?
life.
Did you see that? Did you see that,
You
deputy?
came back by. Why'd you come back by?
I don't have to answer questions.
Okay, you don't have to answer questions. Okay? You do have to identify yourself, sir.
Sir, if you suspect me of committing a crime or about to commit a crime, I have to identify myself. You have no probable cause to pull me for a traffic violation. I asked you why you pulled me.
Because the young lady said that you've been following her since yesterday.
So you believe everything everyone says to you?
The individual in question was also a former police officer, so he knew how to hold these pigs accountable.
At this point in time, I elect to not say anything. I elect to speak to say anything without having my attorney present. That would be Eric Friday.
Cool.
Yeah, there's no good side on the cop's face.
Well, you're one of those people.
Yeah, one of those people. Yeah, and you're one of those people, right? Gun and badge carrying extra rice, right?
No, it doesn't grant me an extra right.
Yeah.
But,
How about you do your job and honor your oath?
Telling me that somebody's been following her since yesterday? Yeah, I'm gonna investigate.
Yeah, and you just take everything everyone comes up to you. Okay, I just said someone pull a gun on me. You gonna go investigate that?
I sure would. Who pulled a gun on you?
Yeah.
Someone pull a gun on you?
I don't answer questions, Stephanie.
You don't answer questions. You just stalk young ladies. Just stand by them. Stand by.
The officer immediately decided that the stop was too much for him, as he left the traffic stop, leaving the investigator hanging. In no time, multiple cops arrived, about to get the beating of a lifetime.
Well, the guy that pulled me's leaving. The guy that pulled me over is leaving. Am I free to go?
No, sir, not yet.
What am I being detained for, sir?
Hey, when I get around to get my car where it needs to be, I'll explain to you.
I'd like to know.
Someone's alleged.
Let me speak for a moment, sir. No disrespect.
Yeah, go ahead.
I would like for you to articulate what crime you suspect me of committing or what crime you suspect me of about to commit.
No, we just have a reasonable suspicion to figure out what's going on here.
No, sir. So you don't get to detain me to figure out if I've committed a crime, sir. The law and the statute states, in order for you to detain me, you must have reasonable, articulable suspicion that either I have committed.
Yeah, we have probable cause.
What is your probable cause?
We got a complaint that we got that the red.
That's not probable cause, sir.
He wasn't going to give up on his rights, and he informed these cops that he wouldn't be getting any stick from them unless they had reasonable, articulable suspicion.
Were you anywhere near this? Near this?
I don't answer questions.
Do you know who she is?
I do not answer
But she
questions.
said she has no idea.
If you're going to articulate that you suspect me of committing a crime and have reasonable suspicion of that,
agree with it. If you don't agree with our probable cause.
your name and badge number, sir?
Sir, what's your name?
Your name and badge number, sir?
Are you gonna remember?
But all of you are being recorded. I've got 4 cameras in this truck.
We got no
You're
problem.
required by policy to issue your name and badge number. I'm going to ask you what. I'm speaking to this gentleman right now. I'll get your name and badge number in a minute. Your name and badge number.
0051.
What's your name?
I just told you.
I didn't hear it because I'm sitting there
But
speaking
you're
to this
recording
gentleman.
it so you can pick it up later.
So I'm going to ask you once again. If you want to be a smartass about it, I'll file an internal affairs case on you.
I gave it to you once already.
I didn't
sir.
hear it. I'm asking you once again. So to extend some professional courtesy and treat me with the respect I deserve.
I did.
What is your name and badge number?
Well, here's
Hey,
the thing,
Livatino,
sir. I
badge
gave you
number
mine.
70051.
Thank
The officers quickly realized they couldn't intimidate or strong-arm the private investigator. Left with no choice, they switched tactics and tried to reason with him logically.
We don't know anything about it. Your car meets what we were told, and that's why we're questioning you.
Okay.
It's very simple. All we need to do is just ask you your name and the car and where have you been.
May I
to-
ask how
to
my
verify
name
that.
is going to establish whether I've harassed someone or
Because
not?
You asked for our name. would be nice to have your name as well.
It would be, but see, I don't.
And you don't have to give it.
I appreciate
now
you saying
because-
that, sir.
All right, you don't have to give it now. We're not saying you're guilty of anything. We didn't say that.
Then
We're not
you are illegally
intimating it.
detaining me. I asked the
sir.
last deputy that left what was his reason for stopping me. He didn't stop me for traffic.
Did I just tell you
First of all,
now-
let me calm down. I
Did
shouldn't be yelling at you.
Thank you.
I shouldn't be
And,
doing
and
that.
I'm not yelling at you.
This
right?
deputy that stopped me, sir, did not articulate he was stopping me for a traffic violation. Then
No.
I asked him what his probable cause was, or what crime he suspected me of committing, or
No.
what reasonable crime, or reasonable
It's not the
suspicion.
case. The case is, as I stated, is that we had a description of a vehicle. Your vehicle matched that, and we're just here to
Okay.
determine, no, you're not the one, or yes, you are the one.
If you think this was tough, things were about to get even worse for the corrupt cops.
But see, sir, as a law enforcement officer, I realize how LEOs twist people's words.
No, we're not.
Let me finish speaking, okay?
Yes, please do.
They twist people's words. Any attorney, and all you three gentlemen will know, you don't ever speak to the cops.
I want to hear what he got to say.
You don't ever talk to cops. Never. You never talk to cops unless you're legally obligated to. Nothing good can come from that. I'm very well of my rights, very well aware of my rights. Now, I understand you're doing no fault with that. You are doing your job.
Okay.
And the mere fact that I'm exercising my legal rights does not make me uncooperative. Okay? Now, the fact that someone called you and said they're harassing doesn't give you the general order just to stop people.
No, that wasn't the reason why. Because
To be fair, a call from someone doesn't automatically give cops the right to detain an individual. They need reasonable, articulable suspicion, and in this case, they were definitely in the wrong.
How do you define harassing? Someone just called and says they were harassing. Did you ask her what they did? Did you ask the person?
She said a red truck, pickup truck was following her since she came in town.
Is that a crime?
We haven't determined that. We just want to make sure.
Do you see where I'm going with this, sir? I mean, I understand. You guys are doing your job, but do you see how this goes? I'm aware of my rights. You do not have, or excuse me, you have the right to ask me whatever question you want.
You're really enjoying this.
I'm not enjoying anything. I've articulated to you that you are illegally detaining me. And because you choose to abuse your authority and not recognize that what I'm saying is a fact, you are illegally violating my rights.
Requesting you to find out if you are the one or not the one that was violating this other woman's rights.
But I've made it clear, sir, I'm not going to answer questions. I've made it clear I'm not. You don't get to.
Cooperating.
Yes, sir. The fact that I'm exercising my rights does not mean I'm not cooperating, sir.
Yes, it does.
It does not. It absolutely does not.
It is rare to see multiple officers being owned by someone who knows their rights so well. The investigator is setting a powerful example for all citizens to follow.
I'm not saying I am this person, I'm not saying I am not this person, but what you fail to realize is I do not have to speak to you, sir. And that does not give you the right to detain me until you get some information to charge me with a crime. You don't get to search and search until I say something or you twist something I say to use it against me. You gentlemen have a dangerous job. There is 19 unsolved murders in this city. Okay? You've got much better things to do to with me. Okay? I'm not a threat to anyone.
We're not here.
What? Sir, there's 5 cops here. The gentleman that pulled me, and if he had any reasonable articulable suspicion, is no longer here. I'm assuming, I don't know where he is or where he's gone. You 3 gentlemen have no first-hand information. No first-hand information.
At first, he was calmly claiming his innocence, but things escalated when he directly accused the cops of lying. You won't believe the meltdown that followed.
If you have a reasonable articulate suspicion of me committing a crime or about to commit a crime, you have a right to detain me, ask me for my ID, which I will oblige you with, as I'm required by law. Short of that standard, you are illegally detaining me. I've asked to be free to go. You know what, guys? I would love to give it to you because I used to be one of them. But because I'm aware of my rights and because of my life experiences with law enforcement, I choose to exercise my rights. Not to be difficult, sir. You guys have much more better things. See, that's just it, because people don't know their rights. And because LEOs, I don't know you 3 gentlemen personally. I quit a department because I ratted out the crook cops that worked with me. Okay? I'm sick of it. The corruption is everywhere. Every single cop in this nation is a liar. All right? I used to be one of them.
And you're calling.
Well, the Supreme Court does indeed allow these cops to lie, as it's the standard operating procedure. He was about to own the desperate officer once more.
3 of us liars.
Yes, sir. If you're going to stand here and tell me you've never falsified tweets, twisted a report just for your benefit, or provided false information, or saw one of your fellow brothers in blue violate someone's rights or do something wrong, by the mere fact of you withholding that information and not going to your supervisor makes you a liar.
I did not.
In your life, you've never, ever lied. You've never, ever lied in your entire life.
Well, that's something. Are you talking as a police officer or as a human being?
As a police officer, you've never lied in your life. Sir, you're allowed to lie in investigations. The Supreme Court has ruled you're allowed to lie. So your credibility just went out the window for me. I'm a certified interrogator, buddy. Don't sit here and play this game with me. You just lost your credibility. Now, any respectable person would say, of course I've lied. I've lied in the line of duty. I've lied in my personal life. I got more integrity in my finger, buddy, than you've got in your whole body.
Okay, sir, back to my original question
Yes,
when
sir.
I first got here.
Yes, sir.
Okay, are you following somebody?
I don't answer questions, sir.
Okay.
Am I free to go?
Yes, you're free to go.
Thank you.
Next, we have a drunk cop who drank so much he threw his career away.
Pocket knife, huh?
I'm done.
What's going on, though? Tell me what's going on, bud.
I'm done.
Alcohol? Pills? What are you talking about?
There is nothing more satisfying than seeing corrupt and evil police officers held accountable by their superiors. Today we will look at cases where these officers were humbled by their bosses and faced justice. On October 27, 2018, Lieutenant Rick Byron of the Piqua Police Department answered an odd call from a fellow officer. When Byron got to the assigned spot, he found that the officer had struck a trailer with his police car, which then led to an odd turn of events.
Yeah, Augie, come here. Let's go out here in the garage. We got to put your weapons away. Come out here, we'll talk. You'll be all right. Throw away vehicle. Here, go in here. So we can put this away. When you total a vehicle, you got to go down for a drug and alcohol assessment. And everybody that wrecks a cruiser that totals it has to go down there. So what we do is just take your taser off of you. And you have any backup weapons on you or anything? Drop your vest or your duty belt, because you don't need that. We're going to go down and do a drug and alcohol test down at the hospital, you and I. And you don't need all your gear, so take your... Well, your focus seems divided on me. What's going on? You just nervous?
Yeah.
Okay. Are you under the influence of anything, Augie? No? Good. I hope not. I do. Where's your vest at? You don't have it on you? Okay. All right. What else do you got on you? You got a pocket knife, huh?
I'm done.
What's going on, though? Tell me what's going on, bud.
The officer in question was identified as Justin Augustine. Reports state that his behavior was erratic. Witnesses state that Augustine attempted to hug and kiss fellow officers while repeatedly professing his love.
What do you mean you're done? You're going to go with me to take the test, Augie? You're refusing it? You don't want to do that.
I'm done.
Okay, so what does that mean? All right? Are you under the influence of something, Augie? What's wrong with you right now? I don't understand that.
I'm done.
Okay. Are you going with me?
No.
So what are you going to do?
Go home.
Can you call somebody to come get you?
I don't need to.
Well, I'm not going to let you drive.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, what?
What?
I'm not going to let you drive. Can you call your wife? Seriously, Augie, can you call your wife?
I can drive by.
Okay. All right, let's go out here. All right. Don't play this game with me, bud. I'm trying to trying to help you out here.
He ain't doing shit.
Well, I can't do stuff. I'm just doing what I got to do, Augie. It's my job. If you want to leave, go ahead and leave. All right, let's go.
Given his slurred speech and the inability to sustain eye contact, it was clear that Augustine was quite drunk. To make things even worse, he refused to submit to a drug and alcohol test.
Augie, don't do this, man. It ain't worth it. It ain't worth it. All right? I'm just doing my job. I'm just asking you to relax, okay?
I'm done.
Okay, and I understand that. I understand what you're saying, all right? I just don't want you to do it like this, all right? I'm not trying to be a prick. I'm not trying to be difficult. You got to understand, it's my job, dude, all right? So don't treat me like that. If you want to be done, I understand that. So if you want to leave, that's up to you. Do you have your keys here? Where's your keys to the building at? You got all that stuff? Okay, I want to make sure it wasn't on that ring in there and you needed it. I'm not taking it, okay?
Shockingly, Lieutenant Byron let Augustine drive himself home in spite of his obvious intoxication. Augustine's emotional collapse later confirmed his inability to drive a car.
So, Augie, are you okay to drive, brother?
Yeah.
Seriously, I'm worried about you.
Yeah.
All right, well, get going then. Do what you got to do, all right? Augie, you need to get it. You need to relax.
You're fucking with me.
No, huh? What'd you say? Who is? You just wrecked a cruiser. It's not the end of the world.
Fuck that.
I know, it's not the end of the world. We can do this, Augie. If you just go down and take the test like we're asking you, if you do that, then we can at least get that cleared to where you can come back to work. Seriously, Augie, I'm trying to help you, bud. Huh? What'd you say? I don't want to. What'd you say?
I'm fucked up.
What do you mean you're fucked? Alcohol? Pills? What are you talking about? Huh? Okay. All right.
After the drunk cop finally admitted that he was too drunk to drive, Byron stepped in and stopped him. Surprisingly, Augustine insisted he could get home himself despite this clear disability.
So I can't let you drive home, all right?
Yeah, I can.
No, you can't.
Yeah, I can.
You said you're how are you going to drive home?
I'm not fucked up. I'm up.
What? Help me understand, Justin.
What the
You talking about just in the head?
Fuck you.
Huh? We don't need to do this, Augie.
What?
Come on. We don't. Why are you doing this why are you doing me like that? Huh? What have I done to you for you to do me like that, man? Seriously. Honest to God, being serious with you. What have I done to you for you to treat me like that? Huh?
What the
I don't know. I didn't wreck the cruiser in there and then have to ask you to come to take the test. Okay?
Fuck 'em.
Okay. And again, I understand that, Augie, that you're upset. I get that. You're having a tough time right now with everything that's going on, bud. But it doesn't have to go out like this, okay? It's just an accident.
Despite Lieutenant Byron's attempts to de-escalate the situation, the drunk officer turned abusive, showing absolutely no regard for his superior.
We have to go down with that and go take the test. If everything comes back okay, then that's great. It helps you. It benefits you.
I've been drunk.
Huh?
I'm drunk.
You're drunk right now?
No, I've been drunk.
Been drunk when? Today?
Yeah.
Okay. So you don't think you are now?
No.
Okay. Well, I can't let you drive the car home unless we test.
What the fuck you gonna do?
What am I gonna do?
Yeah.
Is that the way you're gonna do this? You're about to get yourself arrested, bud.
For what?
What do you mean? What am I gonna do? I can't let you drive. So you try to get in that car, I gotta stop you, and then you're gonna start fighting with me. What is that going to do? Huh? Seriously, Augie, why are you doing this to me? I didn't do anything to you. Okay? I didn't do anything to you. Well, let's go back in here so we can figure this out, Augie. Please. You know I gotta call Jason, right?
By this time, it was obvious that Augustine had lost his mind and he needed to be taken into custody for his own protection. But since he was an officer, he was given special treatment.
Breathe with me. Augie, I know they are, and I understand that. Can you call your wife and have her come get you, bud? Get your phone out and call her. You don't have your phone? You want to use mine? A lot. You know he's going to want to do a test, right? No, I'm talking about your driving just like we would anybody else. You know what I mean? Not an employment test. He's going to say, hey, this guy's driving a car, we need to test him. And I mean, you got the right to refuse it, but we got to go through the process on that, Augie. And again, I want you to understand that I'm just doing. I know, you probably are. You're right. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it or lie to you. Huh? Augie, come on, bud. Come on, just calm down, bud. I understand you're upset. You got to calm down. Remember, Augie. Huh? I'm talking to you as a friend here too.
Fuck you!
The lieutenant remained remarkably patient as the drunk officer kept hurling profanities at him. Augustine's aggressive behavior only made the situation more difficult for the lieutenant.
Fuck!
Did you dial the wrong number? And he's not cooperating real well. He's right here in front of me. I'm not hiding or talking. I'm talking in front of him. He's acknowledged that he was drinking today and whatnot. So that's where we're at now. How do you want us to proceed with that? Are you gonna go down for the test, Augie? He's refusing that. I hate to see you like that, bud. I didn't do this, Augie.
It is truly unsettling to watch a police officer act so entitled while crying on the road. This behavior reveals his lack of professionalism and the carelessness and ignorance that he displayed by drinking on the job.
Augie, why are you taking it out on me?
Yeah, it's on you.
Huh?
Yeah, it's on.
Okay. All right.
You put that stance.
I'm just waiting for a phone call back. Just relax, bud. Just relax. All right. Enough. Augie. He's saying I got to do it like a 2255 form, so I got to read you the 2255 form. Do you understand that? Are you willing to hear me out and do it? All right, let's go in there and take care of that, bud. And then we'll get you out of here. As soon as your wife gets here, we'll get you out of here. All right? Let's go into the briefing or the. Since you already said you're going to refuse it, there's no reason to do anything other than that. So I understand what you're saying.
The lieutenant was told to take the situation inside, where Augustine was finally arrested. It was made clear to him that there would be serious consequences for refusing to take the alcohol test.
I got to read the test and refusal consequences to him, so I just need a witness. It says you're now under arrest for OVI, operating a vehicle under the influence of alcohol and a drug or a combination of them, operating a vehicle under the influence of a listed controlled substance or a listed metabolite of a controlled substance, operating a vehicle after underage alcohol consumption or having physical control of a vehicle while under the influence. If you refuse to take any chemical tests required by law, your Ohio driving privileges will be suspended immediately and you will have to pay a fee to have the privileges reinstated. If you have a commercial driver's license and refuse to submit to the test or test, you will immediately be placed out of service for 24 hours. You will be disqualified from operating a commercial motor vehicle for a period of not less than 1 year, and you will be required to surrender your commercial driver's license to me.
Even though the lieutenant initially tried to show some leniency, the supervisor ensured that Augustine faced the same treatment as any other individual caught in such a situation.
55 form in here, because I got all this information. Yeah, I read it to him. He's refusing. So,
okay.
If it's okay with you, if it's okay with you, I'm not going to issue a citation right now. I'll write it out later and do what we got to do. Or how do you want that done?
No, we'll treat it like a normal OVI.
Can you go get me a traffic ticket, please? We're still up and down.
Does he have his gun on?
I got his gun away from him, his handgun, and he had a taser on him. I took that away from him. Going to be a fight. There was a number of times when I was dealing with him that I thought it was going to go to that out there because he was telling me he was going home. And I told him he wasn't driving.
The situation looked grim, and his chances of avoiding punishment were slim as the investigation progressed.
Bruce is coming in
to talk to him.
He's probably going to order him to do an admin blood draw after you guys are done.
He's not going to do that.
No, you know what that means.
Yep. It doesn't matter, to be honest with you, so let's not fight over it because he was threatening me out there. His behavior was...
Oh, really?
He didn't come out and say, I'm going to kick you or do something, but he's going, what are you going to do about it? He starts clenching up. It's a lot.
Okay.
His totally insubordinate.
Okay.
To the point where I was calling you, telling you, basically let you know that we're going to fight.
Okay. Yeah, that's kind of what I was getting from you.
Yeah, there was no question. Fortunately, I got him to calm down.
Yeah.
And there's something went on in here. He'll have to tell us later because I told him.
Okay.
The fact that Augustine struggled to sit properly at the table as his condition worsened just tells us how drunk he was.
Took him in the arsenal to take his gun stuff from him. I asked him because he lifted up his shirt. He doesn't have a vest on. He came to work today, dressed, ready to go, and patrolled for an hour or so without a vest.
Okay.
There's more than enough. We're done.
Correct.
What the hell was that?
That's his credit card and his key.
Where was that?
The key was in the car. The credit card was on the floorboard.
You get some better pictures.
Yeah.
Things may have taken a wild turn if the lieutenant had let him drive home. The situation could have ended in a tragic accident.
Justin, here's Justin, can you look at me, bud? Please stay here now. Apparently you dropped the Visa card, it's your bank card, you dropped that there in the cruiser. Justin, here's the DMV 2255 form for the refusal. And since we had so much time, I went ahead and wrote the citation out. The citation's going to be for the OVI refusal, and then just reasonable control on private property. And I need you to sign the ticket. If you'll just sign right here, just copy of that. Yeah. Hey Justin, can you hear me? Justin, can you hear me? Jason, can you hear me? Okay? Can you hear me?
Augustine was still given special attention because of his badge, and even though his condition was getting worse, he was obviously barely aware of what was happening as the cops surrounded him and explained the consequences.
Get out of your chair, Justin.
You're about to fall again, dude. You okay?
Do you need an ambulance, Justin? Justin, do you need an ambulance?
Do you need medical attention right now?
Do you need medical attention, Justin?
To fully cooperate with the investigating official. Your failure to cooperate will create an objective and subjective fear of termination. You have the following rights and responsibilities during this investigation. You have the right to be informed of the allegations involved. You will be asked questions specifically directed and narrowly related to the performance of your official duties. Statements made during any interviews may be used as evidence of misconduct or as the basis for seeking disciplinary action against you.
Augustine struggled to remain upright and appeared detached from the situation, unable to understand the seriousness of the claims against him. After being charged with OVI, Augustine then faced a lesser charge of physical control of a vehicle under the influence. He was fined $300 and sentenced to 1 year of probation, with 177 days of suspended prison time. Despite his actions, the sentencing reflected a more lenient approach, which makes us wonder about the justice within the system. Now, this corrupt cop has a lesson that he'll never forget, but the next turn of events is even more shocking.
What the f*** is wrong with you people?
Sir?
No justice, no peace, the police!
On July 18th, 2016, a couple of people were exercising their right to freedom when a police officer approached them and tried intimidating them, saying that they were on private property.
Would you mind just lowering that for me? Would you mind lowering it for me? I don't want it used as a weapon against me, okay?
I'm not going to use it as a weapon.
Would you please lower it down for me?
You would do well to stay clear of me.
Okay. Gentlemen, we need to talk for a minute, okay? Here's the thing. Yes, you are.
Which crime specifically
Trespassing.
Trespassing.
You have been asked to leave the property, okay? Right now you are trespassing. Perfectly. Awesome. I totally appreciate that.
That this is public property.
Actually, this is private property that you're on right now. It is.
Who owns it?
The Adams County government.
The Adams County government. Oh, I forgot about his name. Didn't he run for president? No, he's not a person. It's the public. What the f*** is wrong with you people?
Sir?
No justice, no peace, the police!
Keep an eye out all the way around, please. You've been asked to leave the property.
Yeah?
You are now committing trespassing, okay? That's all we're asking you to do, is to leave the property.
I need your card.
The protester refused to be intimidated by the officer as he knew his rights and the difference between public and private property, a concept the officer failed to understand.
I will give you my information when we're done.
No, you're
okay.
giving it to me now.
No, I will give it to you when we're done.
Before you take any
It's
official action.
it's Officer Dickey, right here.
That's what your thing
Badge
says.
number 2905. Okay.
So, Mr. Dickey, why are you removing
It's Officer
me from
Dickey.
public prop? No, it's Mr. Dickey.
I'm removing you from private property because you were asked
It's
to
not
leave
private
this property. Yes.
Do you see any posted signs? No, this is a building open to the public.
Did you,
it is
sir?
open to the public right now.
Consent to this unlawful seizure! No justice! No peace!
Gentlemen,
Fuck!
I need your ID, please, so I could write you a summons.
You will be willing to write me a summons?
Yes.
Outstanding.
I need your ID also, please, sir.
I don't think that's gonna happen.
Okay, I'm gonna place you under arrest then.
You're not placing me under arrest.
Come here.
You have no right to ask for anything.
Come here. All right, taser. Got it.
To make things even worse, the officer attempted to arrest the protester for not identifying himself. And if that wasn't enough, the cop also deployed a taser at the protester.
He is under arrest. He's under arrest.
For what?
For trespassing and for disorderly conduct.
On public property, dipshit! What the fuck is wrong with you?
When he's in front of the business, yelling at everybody.
You see this sign? It says cops! You wanna know why? Because cops like you.
And he refused to give me his ID, which he's required to do.
For what?
So I could issue him a citation for trespassing.
It's not trespassing.
They kicked him out of the property.
Moving on, we have this unique case of a predator police officer who was caught doing the unthinkable.
Have you ever gone on the IMC computer and pulled up that incident itself?
I have.
How many times have you done that?
I think 2 or 3 times.
Why?
Just to check on it and see if there's any more updates or whatnot.
Okay. When was the last time you looked at it?
I think I looked at it this morning.
Okay. With the intent to just keeping track of what's going on with it?
Right.
Okay. Has there been any changes in it?
Not that I noted, no.
Okay. How often do you get your hair cut?
Monthly.
Where do you go?
I go to Salisbury Square, but the last time I went to the place next to Panera, it was on a Wednesday.
Soriano?
Yeah.
Just a few days after the complaint had been made, Sergeant Chison changed the number plate of his vehicle. Additionally, he got a haircut, seemingly to alter his appearance, as the victim had described the suspect as having curls.
Do you chew tobacco?
On occasion.
On the 17th, which is the date that we've all been talking about.
Yeah.
Were you at the police station that morning?
I was.
How long?
I think I left here around I came here at 10. Me and Chucky had a meeting with Tony King and Steve Sforza in the morning. I came here after that around 10 o'clock. Probably left here around a little bit before 11.
And you remember what you were wearing that day?
I was wearing white cargo pants and a red shirt similar to this. I don't know what my footwear was. I assume sneakers.
Were you on Water Street or Federal Street or any of these streets near there that day?
No, I wasn't.
Not near any of them?
No. Well, I was probably on Water Street maybe, but actually no, it still would have been Market Square if I went up state, so no.
So you never went down that way at all?
Never.
The sergeant quickly denied any involvement, claiming he wasn't even at the location of the incident that day. However, as the interrogation progressed, things were about to get much tougher for him.
I went to the North End Boat Club, checked on my boat, and then I went home.
Was there anybody at home that would?
Yeah, my wife.
Okay. You know where the ATM machine is on Water Street, correct?
Yes.
And you've changed the registration on your truck?
I have.
Why did you do that?
Because a woman came in here and said that was the truck who she saw somebody masturbating in. And, if somebody was doing that with a truck similar to mine, with a plate similar to mine, I talked to Greg Whitney and he suggested I change my plate. And so I did.
So you got red plates, new red plates.
Right.
Are they both on the truck or just one?
Just one right now.
Was it two?
There was.
So you've taken one off again?
I have.
Why?
The bolts, they're rattled. I have to get bolts that don't hit the back of it. So we'll tighten up.
Do you know the lady, or you've read in the reports then, who the person, or
Right.
the victim is? Do you know this person?
Never,
Have you ever met her?
no.
Any interaction with her?
Not that I know of, no. You know, when I first thought about this, I was thinking maybe a drug suspect or something, but no, I don't know her.
There was no plausible reason for someone to accuse the sergeant of such a heinous act falsely. All the circumstantial evidence pointed directly at him, and his suspicious actions following the incident only made things worse.
And no reason to understand why someone would be accusing you of it.
No, I have no open cases. I have no, I don't think it's that. Originally I did, but there's really no reason to go after me,
Is there anything you can explain to me or make me understand that would, than you're saying you didn't do it? I mean, she's describing, you've seen the report, she describes you to a T. The cargo pants, the dark curly hair.
I really don't think I have curly hair. I have dark hair. But no, I can't explain that away. I honestly can't.
And can you explain why a vehicle similar to yours shows up on the ATM cameras?
No. Probably the vehicle that was there. It's, if there was somebody there in a vehicle like mine, it could have been that vehicle.
As the detective dug deeper into the case, Sergeant Chison came up with yet another story in an attempt to mislead them.
And if they can show the tower where they're from, it'll show the timestamps on where I was when I received that. I was texting you that day about a rubber boat, right around the time of this. The earlier calls I was here, I talked to Chris McDonald, I talked to an Ipswich police officer about a dive training, and then I'm back home when I'm on the phone there. I'm not sure what time you text me. I think it was around 11. What time did this allegedly happen? That wasn't, I don't think, in the report.
11:52. 11:52.
September 17th. You sent me a picture at 10:55. Two pictures at 10:55 of a boat you're looking at.
Okay. Did you respond?
I don't know. At noon I responded. I was on the road when I got it.
Where were you?
At my house.
You were at your house at noon?
Yes.
Chison attempted to build a timeline, claiming he was at home during the time of the incident. However, as he recounted the events of the day, his story only created more inconsistencies, landing him in deeper trouble.
So what times were you home that day? You were from when you left here? What time?
Left here, went to the boat, stayed there for 5 minutes just to make sure the bilge pumps were working. I hadn't been on it in a long time. So I'm guessing I got your text on the way home, which was 11.
So you weren't home at 11?
It's not home at 11, probably just after that.
You tell me, estimate. 11:05, 11:10.
11:15.
Say you were here from 10 to 11. I suppose we can check to find out when you left the building.
Right.
Okay, so you leave the building and then you go where?
The boat club.
So you go to the boat club. You're there for how long?
5-10 minutes. Just went down, make sure the boat was floating.
And from the boat club, you go right home.
Straight home.
But you said you were down in Market Square.
No, I said when I came over the bridge from meeting with Chucky, I may have gone through Market Square to get to the station. Texted with you for a while. Probably left there around 12:30. Actually, no, I went for a walk with my wife. So it was probably in the afternoon if I went anywhere.
The disgraced sergeant now tried to gather witnesses to support his alibi, claiming he had been out for a walk with his wife at the time of the incident. However, the detective, who happened to be an acquaintance of the sergeant, ensured the interrogation remained tough and relentless.
How would September 17th stick out in my mind when you guys walked the rail trail from any other day?
Because I told her, like somebody just accused me of, jerking off in front of, the way Gregory explained it first, somebody was standing in front of the ATM. And then, so she'll remember that day.
And your next phone after 11:33 is what?
Next phone is 12:56. Gregory calling me. I have nothing until 11:59.
11:59.
That's when I text the lieutenant. And we have a conversation through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 texts between 11:59 and 12:16.
So 159 he texts you.
No, he texted me at 10:59. I was on the road when I got that. I went home, and then I got back to him at pretty much
You
noon.
got a text from him at 10:59.
Right.
Once again, the sergeant only ended up getting in more trouble, as there was a 1-hour gap between any conversation or calls that he got. This was the time the poor girl was harassed outside of the ATM. As the detectives pressed further, they realized plenty of inconsistencies in the sergeant's chain of events.
But you tell me at 11:30 you're still here talking to Chris McDonald.
Oh. I left here at 10:20. My last conversation with Chris was at 10:23. I have it right here.
Am I wrong or did?
I can show it to you.
I thought you said 11:23.
No, 10:23. I'm talking to Chris McDonald and Brian Reed right after each other.
Okay,
I'll show it to you right now.
I'm not. I'm just trying to get it correct. My understanding was you said the first one you had was 11:33. Talked to Chris McDonald, and you left the station right after that. Went to the
It was 10. I'll pull it up again. It was 10:23, I think, or 10:33 is when I started those. I'll show it to you right now.
I've got a lady who describes a guy that fits your description. The haircut.
I don't think the haircut does. I've never had curly hair, so. But.
Well, dark hair, wavy hair, wearing cargo pants, driving an orange burnt truck with the 3 initials to your plates.
Right.
That appears to be chewing tobacco. All right, it's got a lump right in the front of his chin, which you admittedly do.
Well,
It is truly embarrassing to think of a law enforcement officer masturbating in public, yet all the evidence pointed directly at him, making it clear he desperately tried to cover up his disgraceful behavior.
You know, the next step.
Can she do a lineup? Can she do a,
I'm not sure. I'm not sure she can pick you out of the lineup.
Well, I'm hoping she wouldn't pick me out of a lineup. Can she see me and say, no, that's not him, or I don't see the person here?
She's not confident. You've never come down to speak to me not once about this, never to say anything other than, like I've never done anything.
I thought it went away. I thought this was, this is 6 weeks later, and,
If you thought it went away, why do you keep looking at the report?
just to see if anything's changed.
Why would you do that?
Just to see if, Gregory got anything back, any more, evidence or whatnot.
Another major factor working against the sergeant was his repeated attempt to check the status of the complaint in which he was the primary suspect. This behavior strongly suggested that he was aware of his guilt and was scrambling to find a way to avoid accountability.
What would it matter if it wasn't you?
I'd like to find out who it was. I think Gregory would come to me, but, Gregory doesn't come to me anymore. So, I figured,
I
something.
feel like you're out there by yourself.
Yeah.
Well, I'll go back to my options. I've got limited options. I've got overwhelming circumstantial evidence that points towards you. I'm hoping you can offer me something that's going to take and...
My wife can attest to where I was. I don't know if my father lives next door, but I'm not sure where he was during the time or whatever.
I want to take and flip over every cup we can.
Yeah.
If we end up going down that road, you realize we're not coming back.
Right.
Okay, there's no coming back. So that's why I'm saying to you, I spoke to the district attorney's office this morning. Today is the day where if there's any changes, today would be the day that it's decided up. And if it's not you, it's not you.
It's not me.
I'm just saying I want to put everything on the table for options for you.
Bison began asking questions aimed at uncovering what evidence the detectives had against him, clearly trying to gather information to strengthen his defense and prepare his case.
To look at, maybe putting a camera out there, see if this person comes back. Anything done like that? Did anyone look into the partial plates? I don't know how to run that stuff. Find out the BPHs in Massachusetts, or the BHPs, or the HPBs. I'm not sure how sure she was on the plate, but officers do it all the time. We call in numbers, we transcribe certain numbers in the back. I'm hoping something like that would be done to try and help me out.
We've tried to do everything we can to put this best light on this. I've only known 2 of the trucks that look like yours, and the planes aren't even close to yours. Okay, anything else that we can look at?
Cameras, you know, I don't know. Can I see the photos of the truck at the ATM?
It's something we can.
Can I see the reports?
Soon after, the sergeant agreed to take a polygraph test. However, everything he said seemed like an attempt to deflect blame, hoping the cops would overlook the incident and deem him innocent.
Okay, so if I set one up to say police, you have no problem coming in?
No. I'd really like to see the reports or the photos, or, you know, if I can see the photo, maybe we can prove it's not mine. You know?
Well, the photo's not going to do us a lot other than I can tell you there's some burnt color orange in there. It's not going to depict.
Does it depict the person?
No.
What's in the back of the truck?
No. Well, we try to talk to the victim about, you know, is there anything else in the vehicle you could take and tell us about, whether the internal bit of the truck, or, you know, unfortunately, most of the attention was drawn to the individual themselves in the act. The shock value, and I think we all know about the shock value and what this does to people.
Yeah.
So there's very little more that we can say about, or she could tell us about the incident itself, or the person.
So saying I have antique green all through my truck. You know, it's...
Suddenly, the sergeant realized he was about to be placed on administrative leave, which completely changed his demeanor.
We're gonna place you on leave.
Oh, please don't.
You're going on, I have no choice.
Please
I
don't.
have no choice.
I'm living paycheck to paycheck right now.
I have no, it's with pay.
Yeah, but still, I can't work details.
I know.
I'm on a detail right now. This will kill me. Is this gonna go public?
Right now, you're on administrative leave until we finish this.
I'm begging you. Please don't do this to me.
Steve, I've talked to
Go through the
everybody.
investigation. I'm not gonna interfere with the investigation. I've been here for 6 weeks.
I understand that. Well, some of this information has just come to us very recently, like since Friday. I've talked to the chief's attorney, I've talked to the district attorney's office, I've talked to the city's attorney. I don't have a choice in this. That I gotta put you out because of everything that we see at this point.
How
is
quickly?
compelling. I'm gonna make the phone calls as soon as we get done here. As soon as I get one, I'll have it done.
Can I take vacation time just so it doesn't look like I'm out there being...
If he hadn't done something so terrible in the first place, he wouldn't have to worry about the public reaction or the news going viral.
But in fairness to you, in fairness to the organization, there's certain things that have to happen, and this is gonna be one of them. It's with pay. I'll make the phone call as soon as we get out of here. If you want to hang around, I'll actually tell you as soon as we get one done, and we'll get it done.
What if this gets out and the paper gets a hold of it? And then I'm cleared. Every Google search is going to come up with my name, accused of a sex crime.
Well, what may get out there and what's confirmed out there is never going to be. You don't think that there's officers that you're talking now? You don't think it's important to clear your name internally?
Yeah.
And I'm doing everything I can because it's more important to me to find the truth. We're going to charge you. All right? I don't have a choice. We'll weigh this out. We've had discussions. We've denied every way possible.
So you charge me, it's going to be on the public. There's no...
I'm not charging you. I just said I'm waiting out the polygraph.
All right.
All right? So right now you're on administrative leave only while we do that polygraph with no charges.
Eventually, the interrogation came to an end. The officers began preparing for a polygraph test, which never happened. Shockingly, the sergeant reached out to the officers and finally accepted what he had done.
On that first interview, I don't know, the only way I can really put it is I was playing with myself.
But even here, he claimed he wasn't trying to show anyone anything.
Tyson admitted to the horrific act, but claimed he wasn't looking at anyone despite overwhelming evidence against him. Shockingly, he was never charged with any crime. To make matters worse, he wasn't even fired and was allowed to retire with full benefits. Just a month later, he was appointed as the Director of Compliance and Investigations for the Massachusetts Department of Public Health's Medical Marijuana Division. You'd think they'd learn their lesson, but this next officer's actions take authority abuse to another level.
He said, I'll take care of it. He says, I'll write you a check for $1,000. I said, are you a cop? He said, yeah, I'm a cop.
Kimberly Wilson called 911 to report that she had been struck by a car, and the reckless driver was an officer named Roadside. The officers arrived quickly and approached Roadside.
How are you doing? I am not strong. You okay? Yeah. I had a prostate surgery. Okay. I'm on anesthesia right now. I'm trying to get home to Cinnamon. Okay. I will pay for her, you know, whatever I have to do. Okay. What happened? You get it from behind? Like, I can't, I gotta get home. Okay. Alright, fair enough. I'm gonna make sure she's okay. You alright? You want an ambulance or anything? No, I'm fine. Okay. I just want to get home. Alright, fair enough. Whatever works with her car, I'll pay for it. Okay. That works. Not a problem. I got all the paperwork for the hospital. Oh, okay. Alright, yeah, that's fine. Yeah, not a big deal. We'll take care of it. We'll get you out of here quick. Going home? Yeah. Alright. I live in Cinnamon. I'm going right home. Here. Okay. Alright, let me go check on her. I'll be right with you.
In an effort to avoid accountability, Roadside blamed his reckless driving on a recent surgery. He also claimed that Wilson stopped abruptly, which led to the rear end.
How you doing? You okay?
3-7134, we're back in business. This guy, he got out of the car, I spoke to several, his uniform's inside out. I got out of the car, he took me to pull him. I'm like, are you going to call the cops or are you going to take care of this? He said, I'll take care of it. He says, I'll take care of it. He says, I'll give you my number. I said, no, I don't operate that way. He said, I'll take care of it. He says, I'll write you a check for $1,000. I said, are you a cop? He said, yeah, I'm a cop. I go, where's your uniform? His uniform's going inside out. He said, it's in the car. You want to see it? I go, where's your weapon? And he pulled his thing open like this to show me that he had his weapons on him. Okay. And this fell out of his pocket when he did it. Okay. And a magazine fell on the floor. And then I said to him, you get back in your car right now. My son-in-law's a state trooper. Get back in your car. You're scaring me.
He was visibly drunk, and to make things even worse for himself, Roadside had offered Wilson $1,000 as a bribe to keep the incident under wraps.
And then I got in my car, and I called my fiance. I'm like, I don't know what to do. I'm scared. Call the cops.
Alright, first, let me get your, obviously, let me get your license, registration, insurance. We'll take a report. He's not going to take it. We'll take it.
Yeah, so what happens if you have him drinking?
Well, I gotta get a supervisor on scene, because they got the ones who got to take too far out. I got to get a supervisor on scene because they handle the too far out.
Oh, and also, when I pulled, he was in the gas station, I was getting gas.
Oh, back there?
Yeah, he was in front of me.
He what?
He was in front of me.
Okay.
And he stopped right in the middle, and so I had to back up and go around them. And then I came up here, and when I stopped for the light, for the stop sign, I didn't hit me.
The statements from both were contradictory to each other. Wilson claimed that she was waiting at a stop sign when Roadside's police vehicle crashed into her.
You want EMS to check you out at all? Are you hurt at all?
I don't think so. I think
Or shaken up and anything? Yeah. Okay. I wish, yeah, it's in the, trooper hit somebody from behind.
Roadside's blood alcohol level was twice the legal limit. However, he admitted to drunken driving and was ordered to pay a $386 fine and fulfill 12 hours at a resource center for drunk drivers. Well, that brings us to the end of this video. Today we saw cases where corrupt cops were caught and held accountable by higher-ups in the department. It was shocking to see the first officer escape without consequences, but the investigation revealed the extent of his vile actions. We hope officers continue to hold each other accountable and ensure that no one is above the law. If you agree with me, please support us by liking this video. Also, if you enjoyed this video, watch some of the craziest courtroom moments of all time.
I would ask you to, as part of this sentencing, to grant me 5 minutes in a locked room with this demon